What's going on, Workforce? Brian here, and today we're bringing you Let's Play Bounce Man. Bounce Man making his first appearance in Mega Man 11. For all the complaints that this level brought on, I have to say it's so far one of my favorite levels. The music and just, I guess, the sheer amount of fun and creativity that went into this level. There's going to be a lot of frustration. Just keep in mind that it's important just to take a breath, kick back, relax, and not to get too bent out of shape, because you're going to not go the direction that you want to go the majority of the time. It's important to also pay attention to holding down the A button. You hold down the A button, you go up, you let go of the A, you'll bounce around, but you will descend. And that seems to be the main mechanic for this level itself. But I really just enjoyed this. I felt like this was one of the challenging levels that I've really experienced within Mega Man, and at the same time, one of the times that I really just was blown away by the creativity of it. It's easy to make mistakes, it's easy not to hit that jump, and you're going to see me just bouncing up against this thing, and then you have that little guy on the ground. It's just utterly frustrating. But all in all, I think that's probably where I struggled the most right here on this level. I ended up having a really good playthrough getting to the boss, and I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, but I really thought the boss was well done as well. But anyway, lots of little rooms. I love, like I said before in my other Let's Plays, just the sheer length and breadth that they bring into these levels. They feel like they definitely have a lot of replay value. We're playing on normal mode, if you're just curious, by the way. And as far as it goes, yeah. Plenty of annoying enemies. These glove things make me real nervous, by the way. Yep, that's always beautiful. That's always really good to see. Can't ever seem to line it up. You gotta take a breath. And there we go. Okay, so the glove things kind of like threw me off the first time I was playing through the level. Let me just go ahead and eat balloons. You can break those balloons with a super blast, but other than that, you're gonna have to pretty much just try to avoid them. It's interesting because the various ball type enemies can end up becoming, come into play and have an impact. I'm gonna go ahead and ignore that one up, by the way, just FYI. Alright, so this one has a nice little life power up here. You can see you can kind of hit these ball guys and they'll bounce around and into other things. Again, the level as a whole theme, I'm really impressed by this level. I can't explain that enough. Even to myself, I know a lot of people, at least what I've heard on the internet, were not a fan of this level, and I thought it was just straight up fun. It was definitely interesting, and that's what every level and the boss so far for each of in Mega Man 11 is interesting. Like, it really brings back the real classic feeling of Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 3 to me. I'll have to see how I feel like after I've beaten all the robot masters. It's actually kind of fun doing some commentary over the gameplay here to kind of see how I did, and I see how I've kind of done previously and at other times. See, this is what I'm talking about. By holding down the A button, you can hold A to ascend, and you can let go of A to descend, and then you can kind of get yourself a little grip. And so what I like to do is I come up here and kind of like try to take this guy out. If I'm not holding A, I'll bounce right under his shots, and I've got the powered up size blaster, so I'm able just to hit him regardless. And outside of just that mistake right there, I've had a pretty flawless view of this. I've gone through this whole screen right here really good, and I was hoping that it would be like I could label this Let's Play like perfect playthrough of Bounce Man. But alas, you've already seen me make a few mistakes. So this is going to bring you to the room right before the first mini-boss. You're going to see this mini-boss twice. And that was actually, when I saw that the first time, I was like, what? I really didn't feel like I needed this power-up, so I just decided to bring out Rush at that point and not have to mess with it. Use your speed gear, throw some bricks on this guy. He's going to pop and drop some bubbles or some bounce balls. You want to defeat the little robot guy. He's going to keep inflating another frog, and he's going to keep working it. So I find that it's just best to take him out as quickly as possible. This is where they're going to start to introduce things that jump out at you. If anybody who's used to any kind of classic Mega Man, be aware that, you see me kind of testing the grounds, because there he goes. They'll keep coming back, but they're not as frequent, so I keep testing it. I got this guy over here. Oh, didn't make it. Oh, that guy actually saved my life. Little did he know. I'm trying to take out this guy. Still going to take the hit, but I'm okay. Recover. Another guy to bounce through. I want to pick this up because I do want to refill my bricks. If you guys aren't aware, Blockman's ability is just so OP in this game. And you can see, like, it takes him a while to kind of bounce back. I did not intend that pun. So this hand's actually going to knock you backwards, so it's going to make you think that you need it. You just want to keep moving on. Watch every hole, like any kind of gap that, you know, you got to be careful of these guys. I go ahead and just take it by jumping on top of it. Take the little hit. I'll take it. Alright, making really good progress here. Yeah, here's where the balloons you want to pop with the power shot. Yeah, and just pretty much clear the room. Keep moving. Pretty simple. Alright, here's one of the challenging rooms. You got a lot of enemies, you got a lot of balloons, and you're gonna have to try to really line up where you fall. And this is where I can spend, in the past, I spent a lot of time bouncing around. Bouncing, I get it. Okay, enough, Brian. Just trying to take that guy out, because I know he's gonna hit me if I try to come down and land on that yellow thing and knock me off. There we go. Got him. Now I just need to transition into the next pillar. There's typically an E-tank up there, but I've already gotten it, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on. But you can go, and I'd recommend getting an E-tank. It's not too hard. If you're struggling with that area, maybe just ignore it. Pick up the life. And now we're going to see here, we're going to jump into the next boss room. Same frog. This time we're on bouncing. I decided to use speed gear. Pop him as quickly as possible. There we go. Simple, easy, time to move on. It's like my friends online. I'm playing on the Xbox One X, anybody who doesn't know, but I did also went ahead and pick this up on the Nintendo Switch. It plays great on both. Here's where I'm starting to wonder, like, how much more of this level? Like, every level seems like it's a good length, and I'm definitely enjoying it. It just, like whenever you're playing through the first time and you haven't experienced it, you're just like, what's going on? So there's one of those guys that's gonna jump out at you. Beware, he's got a buddy. And here's where I got a little bit nervous. So I was like, okay, nope, can't make it up there. Just do the regular hop and shuffle over to the ladder. Blast those guys, move up over this way, take this guy out. And his little bullet of red ballness or whatever. At some point I'm gonna learn these enemies' names from here and sound like an expert, but alright, making progress. Again, like I was like, well, where's the boss? Are we getting close? We've already seen 2 mini bosses. We'll go from there. But I'm glad they actually brought back the mechanic right from the beginning level, because I really enjoyed that. I decided to come up here and take this guy out, take the hit, and finish him off. His buddy was a lot easier to manage there. So here is where I mess up. I end up going down, but I don't end up positioning myself close enough to the right. So I hit the roof and I don't get enough oomph. So we got to try this again. This time I landed up perfectly. I feel like I have to go down because I have all these balloons, so I decided to go ahead and break them with my power shots. And then I decided to go ahead and explore further down as well. But this is a way that you can get back up if you don't necessarily make the jump. I know this now, but figured I'd just kind of share with you. Plus, there's nothing wrong with picking up new screws here from these enemies if you get lucky and get a good drop. So I kind of figured that out and I was like, oh, okay, we got a bounce pad down here. And now I've got these guys coming down on me. So, with 2 guys there, I decided to kind of move to the right. Decided to go ahead and break this balloon. Can I get that balloon? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I just went ahead and ignored it. Alright, so here you want to try to hit the angle. Oh, didn't make it the first time. Thankfully, they don't make you have to do it over and over again. You get enough position. So I'm going to pick up the power up. And I'm going to hit the jump, and I'm going to have it curve me to the left this time. Beautiful. I'm so talented. And finally, we're making it to the boss. Now, I've got a little bit of life here. I'm going to actually get hit by this guy. He's obviously got a tracking on me. And I'm like, oh, I'm at half life. Like, okay, well, since I haven't actually been here yet, I'm going to see what the boss is all about. So I decided, like, all right, let me go ahead and go in. Now, he happens to be weak to Impact Man's driver, but I was like, well, I don't want to jump into a boss without full life. So I go ahead and I'm like, I'm just going to stick with the M-Buster and go from there and see what I can do. Turns out I can do pretty daggone well. So here's Bounce Man. I would recommend making sure you get plenty of speed gear because he likes to move around the level pretty quickly at different points. Allows you to kind of get some dodging and be able to put enough damage out on him. Seems like he's plenty weak to the Mega Buster. At least that's how it kind of felt for me. Yeah, so about halfway when I've lowered his life, almost halfway without taking a hit, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can do this just with the M-Buster. Let's give it a shot. So now they're going Super Saiyan. And I take the hit. So I go, I put up my speed, slow them down, but now I've kind of short-circuited it. So they're low enough, and I'm like, well, I hate to have to restart, especially after that amazing performance in my mind. And I'm going to go ahead and decide to see how the P-Driver does against him. Problem is I have a harder time hitting him with the P-Driver just because of the nature of him. So thankfully, I go ahead and connect right there, and that wraps up Bounce Man. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is Brian for Work To Game. We're going to be releasing the rest of the Let's Plays for the various bosses and the end game for Mega Man 11. Again, this is on normal mode. I'm having an absolute blast with this game. I'll be sure to put my thoughts together in a separate video at some point. And I can't say enough how much I love that they let me test this out. If you guys have any questions, sound off in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're enjoying Mega Man at this time. But anyway, like I said, who I am and what we do here. Hope you have a fantastic day, and take care. Hey everybody, Brian and Chuck here for Work To Game. Chuck wants to tell you that you should totally subscribe to the channel. And that you should totally hit that like button. Oh, and then we also got t-shirts on sale for some reason. That's a little bit mean, Chuck. I'm not crazy.